Welcome to Zortch, a game that I thought was called Zortch. Zortch Maximum against the alien brain suckers. Why am I playing this? Because it looks a little bit like Turok. Good enough for me. I'll just go for normal difficulty. I'm not really like the biggest gamer. You are in a fine mess, human. Oh, you can just like combo kick. Okay. Oh, that's how you use health, okay. Oh, where's Lorchin, alright? Got armor. Oh, man. Yeah, I haven't seen very many N64-like retro FPS games. Do you see a lot of stuff that looks like Doom, Duke Nukem, Build Engine shit, Quake? Not as much N64, because even though I have plenty of nostalgia for Turok and N64 games in general, it's just not as appealing to look at. Wrench. Oh, it's like a boomer wrench. Huh. How you humans keep falling for their holiday scam, I will never know. Yeah, Sphinx recommended this, and just seemed good to me. But yeah, I think for a lot of people, the PS1 aesthetic is the one to emulate, and when it's properly scaled up, I do think it looks better. However, I'm enjoying the way this looks so far. Again, Turok with 60 FPS and no fog. Hang on a second, I just want to try a couple options here. Let's see. I felt like the little jittery, the mouse movement. Maybe like just a little bit. No, it's jittery. Definitely jittery. Like, you don't want too much mouse smoothing, but for the sake of the viewers, I think about, like, are my mouse movements going to be too erratic? Erratic. Milk? Okay, yeah, these enemies look like Thanos's. But they look quite Quakular. Yeah, there's some Turok jank in here, too. My favorite game in the series, Turok Jank. Grenade launcher already? Interesting choice. So it looks like everything... Whoa, voice crack. Everything seems to have a... alt fire, which is good. They explode into meat. Purple meat. Thanos blood. Looks like the shotgun is fairly accurate. But yeah, the game, it's only $5. Which, so far, I feel is the perfect price point for a game like this, especially for just some random game that came out of nowhere. Like, it only has 5 reviews on Steam at the time of this recording. But, I guess for context, if you need a little bit, Turok is a game I really enjoyed on the N64. I enjoy it less these days, but I still have a lot of nostalgia and good memories of it. It came out the same time as Ocarina of Time, so, you know, it's just a bloody first-person shooter dinosaur game, which I had always hoped they would make another Turok of that classic style, with just over-the-top weapons, dinosaurs, and just like, you know, not like Space Marine shooter game, which I think they tried to turn Turok into several times. And that's when I was, like, officially done. I was like, secret. But yeah, now there's a market for these retro FPS games. And... it's a good time for Turok to come back. With, like a $30 game. Get Night Dive to... well, maybe not. I don't know if they make... people have issues with Night Dive for a number of reasons. I still don't fully understand it, but I'm sure they've done bad things. Everyone has done bad things. Did you know? And like, if you're watching this on a phone, your phone has done bad things. And maybe even looked at a boobie. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that Turok would be a great game to bring back with just retro style, like this kind of thing, but like maybe even a little bit more like development and budget, and you just get like wacky weapons, you kill dinosaurs. Doesn't have to look like a modern game necessarily, it just has to look good and have a nice style to it. But Turok was always like my favorite first-person shooter series, just because I liked... Look, there's a dinosaur, see? Because I liked how over-the-top it was. And the enemies, and like you fight robots and like bug aliens, and then you fight, obviously dinosaurs. I love the health icon on the bottom left when you're invisible. Very, very, very nicely done. I'm sure there's a way to get that somehow. Oh. Just do that. It's weird I have, like, a grenade launcher but no pistol. The weapons don't feel as, like, punchy as I would like. It's okay, it's not bad, it's just, you know... That's just an initial observation. I don't even know what that means entirely. I think it could just mean, like... maybe, like, sound, screen shake, the way they, you know, hit the enemies. I'm not really 100% sure what it means, but... it's not quite 100% there for me. generator is toast. All force fields are disabled. You know, I genuinely don't know where to go, and it doesn't look like there's a map. No. Cow? Oh. Does that mean a dinosaur is on the loose? Yeah, I could also use a little bit of mouse smoothing. Again, I'm noticing it. It's not terrible, but I definitely notice it. Night vision is N, flashlight is F. Okay. See if I can lock that to 60. Violence, regular, festive, ketchup, lab? No, that's not doing anything different. Probably looks fine on your end, you the viewer. Alright. No worries. It's minimal, but it's just something I can't help but notice. And of course, like, complain about. One thing that sucks about Turok for me is the level design. That's pretty much it. Like, I really love Turok 1 and 2. 3 is a lot better than people give it credit for, even if it's a little bland and kind of boring at times, but I liked it from... I've only played it one time, but Turok 2 and 1 I've played a lot of times. But the level design is confusing and labyrinthian and just like... You have to collect keys. I like that the levels are open, and not just like Doom levels, but they can get very frustrating. The Night Dive remasters are good. They're actually very good, but they also highlight some of the issues that series can have. Like that your health is just cola. At least I think it is. Zortch cola. But I'm enjoying this so far, and I do love me a good retro FPS. So, even if the game isn't quite perfect for $5, which, by the way, I did buy this. I didn't get a key for it. I didn't even know it existed until Sphinx randomly happened upon it. So, it just kind of exists in the ether. And it is now real. It is Zortch. Well done, human. A little tentacly creature. There's hands. There's a robot leg. There's like a spider leg, mechanical spider leg brains. That's amazing. Basketball. Yes, we aliens are a fan of the Earth sport. Basketball. Yes. That didn't count. Oh, come on, that didn't count. Supercharge. Not everything is as it seems. Burger joint? Another shotgun. They don't know where to go. They just shoot, like, blindly until you become visible again. Pistol clip. Yeah, but no pistol. Shotgun grew on me. As you've heard me say a million times, unless you're new to the channel, a first-person shooter lives or dies by the shotgun, in my opinion. If you got a good shotgun with a little bit of range and a little bit of power and a good, like, game feel, then your game is going to be that much more enjoyable. And if your shotgun is blimpy, no, plimby. What's the word I'm looking for? Puny? There's another word. It was on the stream last night, actually. I don't remember what it was, but regardless, it was a good word. It would have fit nicely for what I was trying to say. Plimbo. Not that. It's like Tears of the Kingdom boxes. So far, almost every secret has been crawl through vent. A Zamek bar. Yum. I feel like the person who made this had fun making this. Trip mine. Oh, okay. So there's another weapon straight out of Half-Life, really. Not that Half-Life invented the concept. Half-Life invented video games. Did you know? I got a pistol, finally. And it has a shield, and it also... It says, another shotgun for your ever-growing collection of shotguns. So this is not a bullet pistol. This is a... energy pistol. Interesting. That's another thing is, I'm a big fan of pistols in first-person shooter games. And if a game has a good pistol and a good shotgun, it might be the best game ever made. It's fucking useful. Oh, that looks so jank. The zoom in. But yet I can't help but love this game's charm. This game's $5 charm. What are you gonna get? A shitty burger or Zortch? Zortch. One day I'll remember the name of the game. But until then, you have a choice. Cheeseburger or game. Oh shit. The S-Blade has a hack blood charge. You can make it die on its way down. One, 3, 6, 9. Difficult code. It's teaching you. It's a tutorial code, I think. And if you don't get it, you can crawl through a vent. Have fun. There's a lot of secrets on this level. For a true Turok-like experience, though, you need, like, some wide-open levels as well. Like a jungle. I mean, this is Zortch. It's not Turok. Clearly. Uh-oh. Shit, I almost fucking died. Another Half-Life game mechanic, the bouncy spring pad things. I have that much dynamite. This game's pretty generous with its ammo. I say getting a giant ammo box. Burgers. Inside a cave. I do like that the game has a sense of humor. Burger tube. Oh, that's how that works. When you want a burger from a fast food place, they just, like, it's a pneumatic tube. And you just, like, summon the burger from another location. hell yeah. Toilet. I'm in here. Okay. Look at this. Oh, man. First of all, we got a functional mirror, and those things is pushed up. All I can really say there is good for you. Pistol is the perfect weapon for ventilation combat. Or pipe combat. I have all but 2 weapons. So it's Turok visually and like to a degree with its style, you know, with its style and like the way some of the gameplay feels. But it's still Quake more than maybe Turok, just in terms of the way the game is set up. You have like levels, and they're even called like E1, M2, you know? And the way you acquire weapons is very different. Upside down. Interesting. The fuck? Saw blade robots. This is the BattleBot future that we knew would get out of hand. Oh! As soon as I saw that BattleBot TV show where people were putting saw blades and knives on Roombas, I knew that our future was at risk. Sure is more ammo than anyone can use in a lifetime. But yeah, as I was saying, the pacing of the way you receive the weapons is a little fast. That's always the thing that keeps me going in a first-person shooter is, gee, I wonder when I'll get the next weapon, or what will it be? Ow. But, you know, I don't know how long this game is. Don't worry, I've done this before. Just lost all my armor. It's a good thing there's a lot of ventilation in this facility. You know, good, clean, breathable air really increases morale. And life. Well, we got a jungle. Kind of. Underwater burger. Soggy. But also delicious. Ooh. Oh, that sucks. No checkpoints? Actually, genuinely sucks to not have checkpoints. That I didn't know that. Oh no. Whoa. That armor I missed. Back there somewhere. Yeah, I don't need to get it. Weapon spoilers. I don't know if there's a quick save. Doesn't look like there is. That seems... You need a quick save. Game like this, especially if it doesn't have checkpoints, I feel like I have to be missing it. Ah! Well, again, no quick save, so just gonna do that. Wait, are they working together? The dinosaurs and the Thanoses? The bugs remind me of Body Harvest. Well, I guess that's just any bug in that case, but just the way they explode into green, and also N64 game. War Wasp Hive destroyed. Oh, I can breathe underwater better now, I think. I bet these guys give the best purple nurples. I mean the worst. A lot of fucking strange noises in this game. Let's go save, because this looks like a minefield. Oh yeah, they are mines, but they're robot mines. It kind of this is Half-Life 2 reminiscent now. So there is another thing that Turok does that I think still looks really good to this day, that obviously this game does not quite have. This does more of a Quake thing with the enemy animations, but Turok 2 in particular, not Turok 1, that game did not age well in very many ways, aside from just it's fun to play, and there's some really good weapons and music. But I still like Turok 1, but Turok 2, one of the things I love about it, that I think still looks good to this day, is the enemy, like, hit animations, the blood effects when you shoot an enemy, which you'd be like, well, why does that matter? Some of you would, and the truth is, it does. When you shoot a dinosaur, or you shoot, like, a reptoid dude, and you shoot him in the crotch, like Robocock would, and they, you know, they react accordingly, and then they, like, squirt very satisfying blood from that particular orifice. There is something quite satisfying about that. And yeah, Turok 2, it just... Still, when you play the Night Dive remaster, or the original, whatever, it still looks good. Music is very strange. I mean, it's more ambient noises than music. super damage mode. Quad damage. Bad time to get that. Oops. Access denied. Two, 8, 7, 7. I find saying a number out loud, even just once, helps me remember it, because then I can remember the sound of my own voice, which clearly I like. I'm a streamer. There are things about my voice I don't like, though. People are very complimentary, and I always appreciate it, but there's just... there are certain tones in my voice I don't really love. And when I hear myself played back, or if I'm not, like, through a compressor or something, I'm like, people listen to this shit? I think I sound like Giga Chad. Well, that would have helped. Call Booba, she's crying. Don't quite know where this key goes. There's new enemies here, so I might be on the right track. You can use these to distract them. This game has ball physics. That is its defining feature. If this was in the 90s, it would have advertised the ball physics in all of the magazines. Okay, yeah, those hurt a lot more than I thought they would. Oh, this is this spot again. Oh! Oh! Oh, I see. Non-copyright infringement Star Trek noises. There is, you know, something to the Turok formula where ammo is... It's not limited, but it's also not as, like, abundant as this. So, like, when you get the Razor Wind, which is, like... It's like this. You do that with it, and it's got, like, razors on it. It's like a razor chakram. And it is really cool and very satisfying to use, but it doesn't use any ammo, so it's... Oh, right. It's a viable option. For, you know, when you're low on ammo, and it will still do a lot of damage. You don't get it until way later on in... Oh, fuck. Later on in the game. But I feel like with Turok 2 in particular, like, ammo was way more... Like, you had to think about which weapons you were using, as opposed to just, like, fire. Now, again, I'm only saying this is like Turok because it kind of, like, visually and name-wise... Not even the name, but you know what I mean. It kind of reminds me of Turok enough that I want to make a comparison here and there. How do you get in there? That's the real question. I'm gonna find out. Oh wait, I'm in there. Oh, wow, that's dumb of me. But yeah, this you could just pretty much use whatever you want at any time, because ammo is so abundant. Maybe on higher difficulties it would be a little different, but just... Not that it's a bad thing, I'm just kind of stating the differences between the games. Jesus. This might be the door. That might be the one. But before I do that... What are these weird-ass noises? It sounds like the bird whistle you get at the Ren Fair. Okay. Well, I know where to go now. Terminator skulls. Whoa! Also lost souls. Okay, well, I still want to see the flamethrower, flamethrower and goo launcher. So I'm not quite ready to stop playing yet. It's a boss battle? Okay. Boat. That was a very easy boss. Magnets? What is this game? Giant magnets. Whatever it takes. So that's how they capture starships. Fake SOS messages and then a giant magnet. It's like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy level shit. It's zany. We may be getting a flamethrower soon. Also, the Turok 2 flamethrower was awesome. It had like a really cool 3D component to it at a time where that wasn't particularly common. Of course, the frame rates of the game would dip down to like 10, sometimes 15. So, I mean, cool technology, but at what cost? Shoot. I forgot to do commentary for a second. I just got stuck in my own brain. I was like, oh, right, I'm playing a video game and I'm recording it. That's different than just playing a video game. Anyway, how was your lunch? I don't know, I don't even have any commentary. I'm just busy shooting, I guess. This happens from time to time, you know? You just get busy living or get busy shooting. But yeah, I feel like having gotten most of the weapons so early, including the grenade launcher in the very beginning, and then, like, 2 levels go by and you don't get anything new, it's a little less incentive. It's just like, it's nice to have the weapons, but it's also, it's nice to find the weapons. Good job navigating the maze. Stay vigilant. The reactor is heavily guarded. Love the range on the shotgun. Man, it's even effective at, like, mid to long range, which actually might be a little much, if I'm being honest, but... Hell, I'm alright with it. I fucking love a long-range shotgun. Or at least longer range than usual video game shotguns give you. But this is the type of game where you can do something like that. Like a Call of Duty game, it would be, I think, just too broken. Or it wouldn't, I don't know, I guess it wouldn't gel with the overall feel the game is going for. Or anything like hyper-realistic shooter. Oh, I got a new weapon. Yeah, that's a flamethrower, alright. Oh, and incendiary grenades, too. But yeah, I haven't, for a minute, kept an eye on my ammo. Which is unfortunate. Again, it's cool to just be able to kill indiscriminately, but at no moment have I been worried about any of my ammo. And that takes away a little bit from the game for me. Because it's kind of the puzzle of using the right weapon at the right time kind of dissipates a bit. Especially because most of the weapons in this game are viable for almost any situation, which here I am praising the long-range shotgun, but also critiquing it at the same time. And with the amount of ammo you get for each thing, it really just kind of means use whatever you want and just have fun, which I can appreciate that as well. But it changes the way you play a game, as opposed to, like, oh, I gotta keep an eye on my ammo and not use too much flamethrower and save it for just the big bad enemies instead of the lower tier shit ones. Now again, I am critiquing a $5 game, but I only say this because I actually really like this game. If this came out on the N64, I definitely would have enjoyed it. Just disintegrate? flamethrower is a little more limited in how much you can use it, especially if you're doing the alt fire, because that just uses an entire magazine of flame. So how would you even say that? Yeah. Oh! Oh my god, that's a lot of enemies. Oh! Secret. Not that time, huh? That wasn't a secret? Ah! Okay. Oh, my. Okay, I think that'll be enough gameplay. We didn't get to see the goo launcher, but you know, game was fun. The bloop is a nickname for the barnacle found on the outer coating of a spaceship. They're usually harmless. Well, maybe I'm going to get the weapon. Oh, I just got it. Oh, it's... okay, so it's the Quake electricity gun, but it's alive? It's not what I expected. I thought it was a literal goo launcher. Might be chain lightning, too. Huh. Well, how about that? That's a fun weapon to use. And it laughs when you pick it up, because you're tickling it. This reminds me of that one Doom level, and also Turok boss battle arenas. Because of course it does. Anyway, that will be enough of this game. Decent little game. Worth the $5 easily. Especially if you're into classic FPS games, you're into like Turok, Quake, Doom, it's all here. I mean, there's now a game for every occasion. And basically any type of old game you like, you can play several new versions of it from people who grew up with it as well. And this one, yeah, it's Turok-esque, but it's more Quake and Doom. More Quake than anything. But it's a cool game. I would like to see a game... Test map, rejected maps 1. I would like to see a game actually, like, more Turok. Like, down to, you know, the way the levels are, but without as much confusing level design. And, more wacky weapons, like the cerebral bore. Maybe something that shoots a battery up Kermit's ass or something? I don't know. Alright, well that's Zortch. Thank you for watching Zortch Maximum and against the alien brain suckers. Very weird game. And not too bad. Take care, and thanks for watching, as always.